Trump and Netanyahu. How their alliance collapsed too often. Many jaded people believe that Donald Trump is incapable of shocking them any further, but the multiply-indicted former president seems to have not yet reached the bottom. During a small rally in Palm Beach this week, Trump once again shocked all decent people by criticizing Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and calling Hezbollah smart. He also called the Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant a jerk. To be sure, Benjamin Netanyahu is currently on trial in Israel for corruption, and his government just went through an intelligence failure as big as 9/11. He has also been such a hardliner towards Palestinians that he certainly degraded any possibility of a peace settlement between Israel and the Palestinians prior to Hamas's unforgivable acts of terrorism. Time equals 400 ms, greater than, but all of that can be sorted out at another time. For now, Israel's survival is at stake. There is no time for Trump's petty grudges. Trump says that he doesn't trust Netanyahu because Netanyahu backed out of participating in his administration's strike that took out Iranian military commander Qasem Soleimani in 2020. But it's at least as likely that Trump is carrying around a grudge due to Netanyahu's call to congratulate Biden. From Axios. Reality check. Netanyahu was far from the first world leader to congratulate Biden. In fact, he waited more than 12 hours after the U.S. networks called the election. But Trump claimed he was shocked when his wife Melania shared Netanyahu's video with him. He was very earlier than most. I haven't spoken to him since. K him. It is at least as likely that Trump's grudge stems from that phone call alone and has nothing to do with the Iranian bombing. Report continues below tweet. It wasn't just an Israeli intelligence failure. It was an American, British, French, every country allied with Israel that has an intelligence service failed. But especially this country's intelligence community. Time equals 400 ms, greater than, of course, that wouldn't have happened if Trump were still in power in his own view. If the election wasn't rigged, there would be nobody even thinking about going into Israel. No subject is too sacred or tragic for Trump and the GOP to use politically. Additionally, Trump will not stop undermining faith in elections until he draws his last breath. In actuality, Trump doesn't even know the players, nor does he understand what is really happening. From a Salon report, 2 nights ago, I read all of Biden's security people. Can you imagine, national defense people, and they said, gee, I hope Hezbollah doesn't attack from the north, because that's the most vulnerable spot, Trump told the crowd. I said, wait a minute. You know, Hezbollah is very smart. They're all very smart. Hezbollah and Israel are currently lobbing bombs at each other, according to a report on MSNBC 10 minutes before this was written. 4 have been killed on each side, for a total of 8. Of course, that's nothing compared to Hamas and Gaza. But Hezbollah is based in Lebanon. If Hezbollah did unleash a full attack, it would suddenly be an international war. It would also be a two-front war, and Hezbollah is far bigger and better equipped than Hamas. Obviously, there are smart people on all sides, but not all sides are equally evil. Hezbollah is also primarily constituted of Shia Muslims, as is Iran, whereas Hamas is Shiite. Hezbollah may get Iran's full backing whereas Hamas may not. Trump doesn't know what he's talking about. If Trump ever gets in power again, then he'll put people in based almost solely on loyalty over quality and experience. The United States and Israel are fortunate to at least have President Biden, Secretary Blinken, and Secretary Austin in place and not Trump, Michael Flynn, and Kash Patel. I can be reached at jasonmichiak@gmail.com and on X at jasonmichiak. Editor's note. This is an opinion column that solely reflects the opinions of the author Jason Michiak. Jason Michiak is an associate editor and opinion writer for Occupy Democrats. He's a Canadian-American who grew up in the Pacific Northwest. He is a trained attorney, but for the last 5 years, he's devoted his time to writing political news and analysis. He enjoys life on the Gulf Coast as a single dad to a 15-year-old daughter. Hobbies include flower pots, cooking, and doing what his daughter tells him they're doing. Sign up to get all of my posts by email right here. Latest posts.